everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is June 3rd, 2026 and this is Flosstube video number 88. Or is it 89? Oh no, which one is it? Hang on. 88, I was right. Okay, I was right. Flosstube video number 88. It's been 2 weeks since the last time that I filmed. The last time that I filmed was May 20th. Merlin, hey, stop that. Yeah, you. Stop that. Merlin might make an appearance today. So it's been about 2 weeks since I filmed. The last time that I filmed was May 20th, and it was right before school let out. And just like I thought, once school let out, I have not had time. It's been crazy. I have got things done, and I do have a lot to talk about today. And hopefully, I get this filmed before I have to leave for a red light, or else I'll have to pause this and then come back and film the rest of this later. But I will try to get through all of it. So I'm going to jump into it. I did make some purchases at the craft store. I needed to get more thread for my Dutch Beauty sampler, and I needed to get more thread for my birthday start, and I needed to get a couple other miscellaneous things. So that's like the only things that I've purchased. I did buy some more papers because I went down the clearance aisle at Michael's and they had the big stacks of paper. Hello, Minion. Oh, are we? Okay. Okay. Here's Minion. Minion's making an appearance today. Okay. 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 Stop. 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 All right. I guess it's going to be Pet Central Station today. So, anyway, I've purchased things, just some things at the craft store, not a lot of stuff. I have purchased quite a few pipe cleaners because we did start the pipe cleaner craft, but I will get into all of that much, much later. Let's start with why you're here, which is the cross stitch. And I'm going to start with May, finishing out, like I'll show you where May finished out for the month, and then I will show you what I'm starting in June. I have started one of them already, but that's pretty much it for my projects. And then I've been still doing the temperature projects and the pipe cleaner craft. So that kind of brings you up to speed as to what's been going on. So I will start with Project 1 for the month of May, which Project 1 is my favorite designer project. And for the month of May, it was Daughters of Estuary by Bella Filipina. And that's them. Okay. So here is where I'm ending for the month of May. So I think the last time I filmed, I had just this much-ish. So I have brought quite a bit down and worked on it, but it's not quite done in this section yet. And I lost my beading needle that was attached to my needle minder. I took this with me when we went up to Comic-Con for the weekend, and I lost it on the way home. Okay, so Project 1 for the week of 5/18 through 5/24, I got to work on it 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 6 seconds. And it brought my total time on the project to 133 hours, 6 minutes, and 5 seconds. And then for the week of 5/25 through 5/31, that was the week that I started using the Tiny Decisions app. And so I spun it once, and that day I got to work on it 4 hours, 44 minutes, and 9 seconds. And then, like I said, I took this up with me to Comic-Con, and so I worked on this in the vehicle on the way up. And so I got to work on it an hour and 31 minutes and 42 seconds. So for that week, 5:25 through 5:31, I put in 6 hours, 15 minutes, and 51 seconds, and it brought my total time to 139 hours, 21 minutes, and 57 seconds. Now, when we came back from Comic-Con, it was June, but I only had this with me, so I did work on this on June 1st for an hour and 22 minutes and 25 seconds. And so it's now total time for the end of May is 140 hours, 44 minutes, and 22 seconds. Okay, so we won't see this again until September. So we'll see this again in September. Okay, so project 2 for the month of May. Project 2 is either a Blackwork piece or a sampler piece. And for the month of May, it was a sampler piece. And I have been working on the Dutch Beauty sampler. And I have been in this section over here. As you can see, it is a very, very big piece of fabric. Here, let me put it here. Here is where I've ended for the month of May. So, for the week of 5/18 through 5/24, when I had filmed last, on the 20th, I was at 101 hours, 32 minutes, and 55 seconds for this piece. So for that week, I got to put in another 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 55 seconds, and it then brought my total time to 104 hours, 27 minutes, and 51 seconds. For that week, I had put in 1,036 stitches, and it had brought my total stitches to 20,986. So for this one, because of the way that I brought it into Pattern Keeper, I don't know exactly how many stitches. So I'm not giving the overall stitches, just the stitches that I have marked off. So then for the week of 5/25 through 5/31, I spun it on the Tiny Decisions app on the 26th. And I got to work on it 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 36 seconds. And it's brought my total time to 106 hours, 39 minutes, and 27 seconds. And the day that I worked on it, I got to put in 480 stitches. So now my stitch count for this piece, ending for the month of May, is 21,466. So here's the whole piece. I hope you can see it all. I can't see what you're seeing, so I hope that you can see it all. But I'm so close to being done with this piece over here. I still have to do from here over. I have to do some random of the flower petals, and I still have to stitch down this side. But of course, I have to finish the tree. I have to finish this other cat creature. And then, like over here, there's a windmill and a person. This one's a female. on this side, there will be another windmill and then a man. So I'm really, really close to finishing the top third of the picture. All right. Okay, so we're still doing good on time. I have about 40 minutes before I have to leave. So, like I said earlier, I went to the store. I had to buy more colors for the Dutch Beauty sampler because I was running out. So, of the new colors that I bought 2 of every color, hoping that the way that this went, it was almost one skein for like the whole top. So getting 2, I figured the second and the third. So hopefully that's enough and then I don't have to go shopping again, but I doubt it. I will probably have to do it again. And one of my floss drops, one of the ones that I made on my Cricut, broke right along the bottom. This area, I guess, is too skinny. And so just pulling the thread off, and this is probably the most used color overall so far. This and the really dark brown color. But just from pulling it off so much, it made it weak and it came off. So I'm a little upset that that happened, but it is what it is. I'll have to redesign that shape so that it's less weak. Okay, that was project 2. I did that one, and I did, no, wait, hold on. All of them are looking the same now. Okay, those 2. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Okay, project 3 is the wish list project. In this case, project 3 that I've been working on, it is Tilton Crafts. This is called Winter in the Shire. Artwork is by Candamar. I am working on this one in color completion. I have completed the first color. I'm still on the second color. The second color is a light silvery gray. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this in this light down here in the basement, but hopefully we'll be able to see it good. Okay, so this way. I have to look at how it is. Okay, so here's where it is. This is where I'm ending for the month. I know it's so hard to see. It's so very hard to see, and nothing looks like it's helping. So I will just quickly try to talk about it. The color that I'm working with is a light silvery gray. It's on my needle right here. Not that you can see it. But I have completed the bottom half with the color. And so I'm working in the top areas and I'm adding in the color to go with the white. I know you can see the top of the house here. But it's hard to see some of the other stuff. Up here is like white in the sky around the trees. So, like I said, the bottom half of this silvery gray color is complete. So, last time I filmed for the week of 5/18 through 5/24, I had left you off with 91 hours, 35 minutes, and 20 seconds. So that week I was able to work another 1 hour and 11 minutes, and it brought my total time to 92 hours, 46 minutes, and 21 seconds. I was able to put in a total of 536 stitches that week, and it brought my total stitch count to 23,533. out of 122,500, and I was at 19.21%. Then the week of 5/25 through 5/31, it came up on my tiny decisions wheel on the 29th. I was able to put in 3 hours, 19 minutes, and 6 seconds, and it brought my total time to 96 hours, 5 minutes, and 28 seconds. I was able to put in a total of 762 stitches. And for the month of May, I'm ending with 24,295 out of 122,500 stitches complete. I'm at 19.83%, and I only have 1,282 stitches left of DMC number 672, which is the light silvery gray. So I should very quickly finish this color out the next time that I pick it up. And then I should be ready for color number 3. So that's exciting because I think color number 3 is a blue color, like a light blue. So hopefully I'm finally getting enough colors on here that the design will be able to be seen. I hate how much you can't see all of the stitches that I've done. I've done 24,000 stitches and you can't really see them. Okay, and then project 4 is not that. Let me get rid of that too. Sorry, I have so much stuff right here on this couch and it's just, there's no room. No room. Okay, so project 4 was Candamar Designs, artwork by Christian Reese Lassen, and this is called the Silent Journey Picture. For anyone interested, the copyright on this is 1998. I am using the kit fabric. I am using the kit floss. I did not change anything about this project. So this is a project 4 is my stash buster piece, and that's things that it's pretty much kits that I bought ages ago and trying to complete. In this case, I knew that I had worked on this before and then I lost it in a move. So I think in 2024, I purchased this off of Mercari is so that I could finish it. Like it's been living rent free in my head for all these years, and not being able to find it was the one that I had worked on was driving me crazy. So here I am working on it again. So here is where I am ending for the month of May. I'm actually really close to finishing out this quarter, which is great. It's great. So for the week of 5/18 through 5/24, the last time I filmed, I left off with 53 hours, 11 minutes, and 48 seconds. So I was able to additionally put in another 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 50 seconds, bringing my total time on this to 55 minutes, 23 minutes, no, 55 hours, 23 minutes, and 38 seconds. For the week of 5/25 through 5/31, I did not get to work on this. I did not get to spin it on my wheel. It didn't work out. So the last time that I got to touch it was on 5/22. So here is where this one is ending for the month. So I'm excited. I feel like when I pick this back up again in September, I should have 2 like big goal finishes. I should be able to finish the color for the Winter in the Shire project. I feel like I should be able to finish this quarter on this project that I'll get to then move down to here and get big progress on it. I think I can also confidently say, well, no, because I'll be picking up the Dutch Beauty Sampler again in July, not in September when the rest of these are. So that one will be more like that section will be finished. So I'm not even going to finish that thought. So that is where those 4 projects have ended for the month of May. Now I am into June, and as I said, I've only touched one of these projects so far, and it's actually project number 4. So I'll just introduce them in order, and then when I get to that one, I'll show you like I normally would. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me find where that's at in this book before I go on. Okay. Okay, project. So for the month of June, project 1, which is again the favorite designer project, I will be switching to Mirabilia's, what is this? The August Peridot Fairy. And this one, I will probably bring this one with me on our big road trip coming up in a few weeks. Because it's, I mean, it is 28 count, but it's 2/2. And I've already done the skin stitching, which I did that 1/1. So here's where I'll be picking it up at. I think just a little bit more, and this quarter is done. Oh, actually, oh, this one's on my computer, so I can't check it right now to see where I am. But I'm pretty close, I think, to being done with this quarter. I think it's about here. I might be wrong since I can't see my computer to see where it is, but I feel like I only have a little bit to go on this quarter before I'm in this last section. So here's the top part that you really can't see because of the Q-snap. But yeah, I'll probably be taking this with me. So this is where I'm starting out for this one. I have not touched this one yet. But yeah, I think that'll end up coming to the road trip with me because I should be able to see while I'm stitching that. Okay, project 2 for the month of June is the black stitch, the back stitch, the Blackwork. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. I apparently need more caffeine. Project 2 is either a Blackwork or a sampler. It is a Blackwork for this month. I have been working on, I don't know where my tin is. I'm pretty sure I have the paper. Okay, I must have left the tin upstairs. I've been working on the Orchid Blackwork pattern by Loose Thread Stitchery. I believe the top half is done. I think I'm just finishing out the bottom half. This one I might finish this month. And if I finish it before the month is over, I'm going to focus on figuring out what I'm going to do for the next Blackwork piece. So I won't be starting a new Blackwork piece this month if I finish this. It won't be until August that I would start the new Blackwork if I finish it this month. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait. I love orchids. Orchids are one of my favorite flowers. And so I just have to do all the orchid things. Project 3 for this month is Nene Thomas's Waterfalls of Jade. Project 3 is the wish list project. So this was something that I had wanted to do for a while. And at one point she was finally running a sale on her website. And so I purchased them directly off of her website. So this is the one. I started doing it like the typewriter method, but I was parking. And now that I got the first row done, all these parked threads is just killing my anxiety. So now as I'm working on them, I'm stitching out the parked threads because I can't with them. I cannot. So here is where I will be picking it up. So as you can see over here, I started stitching in all the parked threads as I was stitching in this next row. I'm going to go as far as the page end, and then I will jump back over here and continue. I think I'm going to tackle this page by page instead of doing the whole row all the way to the end. I don't think I have the patience for that. I think I need much smaller goals for this one because this is such a confetti heavy piece. There's ninja stitches all over the place. You know, I need much smaller goals for this one, or else I will start to not enjoy this one. So I'm just taking it as it comes. When I focus on the 10 by 10 block up here, still kind of like the typewriter method. After I finish it in that square, I will stitch it down, and I'm trying to be very careful in the counting. The reason that I wasn't doing that the first time was because there were so many ninja stitches when it was still blank canvas and I couldn't find where I was. So now that there's more things going on, I can find where I am now. Sort of, hopefully. So this is project number 3. And then project number 4 is the one that I spun on my wheel yesterday. So I did actually get to work on this one. Project number 4 is the dimensions. This is the Indian Peacock kit. I am using the kit fabric. I'm using the kit floss, all of the things that came with it. Here is where I am. So from the last time that you saw it, I have filled in some of this blue stuff here of the peacock. I have finished out the tan colors that are over here. I have worked on bringing the neck down on the peacock. There was some purple colors that I filled in here and brought down, lots of the greens that I've brought down, the mixed colors, and then I've done some of the tans over here in the shade of the peacock's face, and then also the tan colors that are down here. So I'm just bringing it down color by color, stitching it out as far as I can. If it's just a few colors, it's just a few colors. I'll cut my thread and, you know, set it off to the side, but it is coming. So that one, I got to put in 2 hours, 52 minutes. Oh, hold on a second. My needle fell out and it was just hanging there. So I got to put in 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 21 seconds. I did not add on the time yet. So I don't know my total time, but the last time I touched this, I was at 42 hours total and you know, some change. So about 44, 45 hours in on it without doing the actual calculations. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I got all new projects again. Everything is fun. So then, okay, I still got some time. So then I worked on, okay, I didn't bring my birthday start down. I'm gonna have to pause this and go run and get that. But let me do the temperature stitching first before I move on to the birthday stitch. So temperature stitching has been weird since the last time that I filmed because I have gotten to work on things, some things I have not. So I'm just gonna give you I'm gonna go through it. I think this is all of them that I worked on. I think I wasn't as good at keeping track of whether or not I actually did it. And normally when I take the screenshot of the time, that means that I'm not the time, the screenshot of the temperatures, that means that I did it, but I don't know. So I'm going to start with the French beaded flowers. So when I had gone to the craft store and I made some purchases, some of the things that I got was for the French beaded flowers. I have gotten myself little terracotta plants because I'm getting really close to this step. So I got 4 of these because, you know, I'm gonna keep going with the directions. And I got some moldable air dry clay that's in, you know, this little bucket. So I'll just be pulling, you know, bits of this out and shoving it into here as I need it and then placing my flowers. So I'm getting really, 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 really close to the flower making step. So as a recap, this is, let me back up a little bit. 64 degrees is what it was on the 21st of May. 64 degrees. And the 4 digit coincides with the French beaded flowers. This is the book that I've been working out of. Sorry, I get so ahead of myself sometimes, especially because I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. So, oh, okay, cool. I'm still on the learning flowers. This is the instructions. This is the thistle that I've been working on. Okay, so all of the flowers have been completed up to this point. And so I had been working on adding the little leaves, and then it's ready. So I have all of this bag to put the leaves on to join the ones in this bag. So close. I don't have any more flowers to make. I'm just doing the leaves, and I'm side-eyeing the green color that I'm using for the leaves because I am very much running out. So I'm hopeful that I can complete all of the leaves with the same color green. But yeah, so I'm at that point where I needed to get the terracotta plants. So these will go inside here and it's going to be a cute little arrangement. So I can't wait until I get to that step. So close. Okay. Then on 5/22 and 5/26, so that shows you I had a little bit of gap from when I worked on things. It was 56 degrees on the 22nd and 26 degrees, no, 66 degrees on the 26th. So it was the butterfly printed cross stitch. So that is this one. So as usual, I can get about 2 full strands and like half of the 3rd strand whenever I work on these. So I did a strand of black, I did a strand of blue, I did a strand of black, or I did half of the strand of black. Then the next time I picked it up, I finished out the strand of black. I did a blue color, like I'm filling in a couple of colors over here because this block. I'm keeping it in order, doing the black background, filling it in, doing the blue pretty colors of the foreground as they came in the order. So now I'm over in here. Once I finish the color out in this strand, if I still have some on the needle, I'll look for it over here or down here. There's not much. Okay, so it's mostly been over here. So that you can see with it being less busy, here is where I've been. So a little bit of progress on that. Okay, then on the 28th, it was 68 degrees, and that was the peacock printed piece, which is this. So similar to the butterfly piece, I'll do a piece of background. Well, in this case, I did this background color. Then I jumped over here and I did a background color in here. And then I jumped over here. And so over here, it added a green color. So I stitched it out. There was still some on the needle. And I jumped over here to stitch it. So I'm just finishing the color that's on my needle. And like I said, I get about 2 full strands and 1 half strand done. Okay, and then on the 5/29, and again on yesterday, 6/2, it was 70 degrees both days, and the one in the 0 slot is the Doctor Who diamond painting. And so some good progress on this from the last time you saw it. I finished out this section that I was working on and tore off the bit of the paper. And so now I'm in this section. And there's kind of big blocks of color. It's not so much switching little colors now as it was before. So it's kind of more progress. Something like that. So yeah, this is coming along. And that is it for the temperature projects. Let me pause this really quick and grab my birthday start so I can talk about that one. Okay. I had to run all the way upstairs to my bedroom because that was the last place that I worked on this. So, my birthday start that I started back in February, I'm only working on it on the day that coincides with my birthday. So, my birthday was February 24th. I worked on it March 24th, April 24th, and now May 24th. Now, in this case, May 24th fell on a Sunday, and I thought that I was going to have lots and lots of time to work on it. But my husband wanted to go fishing. So we took the whole family to go fishing. And I brought it with me in the truck to work on, but 25 count in a moving truck wasn't it. That ain't it. So I did not get to work on it as much as I had the previous weeks, and I'm kind of disappointed in the progress because it was more or less like ninja stitches this time and not concentrated stitches, so I feel like not a lot was done. So for my birthday start, I'm working on Heaven and Earth Designs, and this was their Valentine's freebie for 2024, and it's called Venus. This is the mock-up that Pattern Keeper gives me. So here's my progress. So from the last time you saw it, I did do a little bit more up in here. but then it got very scattered down here. And so I only got to put in 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 44 seconds, giving me 271 stitches. And so my total stitch count is now at 3,320 out of 154,000. And I'm at 2.16%. And let's see. I still have 5,566 stitches left of this color. So I still have a ways to go with this color. Okay, so I won't see that again until June 26th. We should be back from our big road trip by then, so I shouldn't have any problems working on that. Okay, that is my regular stitching, my temperature projects, and my birthday start. So now, let me show you the pipe cleaner craft that me and my youngest have been working on. So it came up as a suggestion on YouTube, and what really caught my eye were pipe cleaner flowers. They're very beautiful, looks like real flowers, kind of the whole point behind my French beaded flowers. So I was like, okay, I mean, I'm already doing a flower craft. I can do one more. And so I went out and I bought what I could at Michael's, and my Michael's did not have a lot of great selection. Like, they had lots of black pipe cleaners. They had lots of multi-packs of like black, white, tan, brown, and gray. They had tan colors. Then they had red. They had lots of red. They had green. They had lots of green. But they didn't have a lot of other colors. So I had happened to go in and they had a blue and a purple group, so I bought those. And then I went to Hobby Lobby to see what colors they had, and they had much the same boring colors. The only color that they had that Michael's didn't have was orange. So I ended up getting the orange at Hobby Lobby. So I've been piecemealing getting pipe cleaners. And my youngest is more interested in making pipe cleaner animals, and I'm more interested in making pipe cleaner flowers. The problem is my youngest is 9 years old and can't always understand the directions that are being shown. So if I'm not sitting there doing it with her and helping her out, she gets kind of pouty and mad because it's not looking like the thing. Like, we did the first one together and we made bunnies. I made a blue bunny. He's a little bunny. Look at his little bunny tail. He's a cute little bunny. I have one arm up like he's waving, and the other arm is down. So he's a cute little bunny. So we made our bunnies. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm going to make a kitty. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to make a flower. And I decided I'm going to make an orchid because, as I've said, I love orchids. So she made her kitty, and about halfway through, she's like, this isn't working. This doesn't look right. And I looked at it. I said, no, that kind of looks like you're making another bunny. So she goes, okay, I'm making another bunny. And she rolled with it and she finished it and she made a second bunny. I made my first orchid. And I was like, okay, great. It's a purple orchid. I love it. These colors, like the white, works well with the purple. I love it. Let's go. Then my youngest promptly used all of the purple pipe cleaners and all of the blue pipe cleaners. So I wasn't able to complete my orchid plant. And there were no more pretty colors. So I'm like, okay, well, that just leaves me with red. We have a ton of red pipe cleaners. Not my favorite color out there. I've said before, I'm not a red person. Red is not my color. But that's all I had. So I started making a red orchid. And like I said, I had gotten the orange this time. So the middle part is color accurate for the ones that the video was. But I haven't had the chance to sit down to make more to make the actual plant. But I did get myself another terracotta planter, not to be confused between the two. So there's a size difference. So I did get myself another terracotta planter for when I finish making an orchid plant, I can put it all together. So the other one that we did together is we made a puppy dog. It's like a little basset hound, I guess, because of the size of his face. But we made puppy dogs. I had to follow along with the tutorial to help her out because she was struggling. And there was a couple of times where I'm like, "Oh man, I'm struggle bus over here." So, yeah. So we're making pipe cleaner animals and flowers over here, but the local craft stores don't have a great selection. I'm about ready to start purchasing pipe cleaners off of Amazon. So that is it. That is my, in this case, a bi-weekly update. And let me look at the calendar. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the interruption, but this is future me. I got all the way done editing this video and realized that I didn't even talk about Comic-Con and the fun things that I got, which is crazy. So, Comic-Con was Sunday, the 31st at the Denver Fan Expo. And we went up Saturday, got a hotel about 20 to 30 minutes away from the convention center, and took our dog with us because we were staying for a few days. We picked a hotel that had a pool and had a hot tub because I love the hot tubs. The kids would prefer the pool, but I love the hot tubs. So, that's what we did Saturday. And then Sunday was the Fan Expo. There was a little bit of confusion because, so specifically, we were going to Comic-Con so that I could get Elijah Wood's autograph for an art piece that I have. And so that was pretty much the main reason that we were even going to Comic-Con. Originally my husband was going to get me all four hobbits autographs, but I kept saying no, I can live with just Elijah Woods now. And so there was confusion about where the autographs were because they were doing so many things this weekend. The four hobbits were, they started at 8 a.m. with second breakfast, and that was from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And immediately after second breakfast was over, they had to go from wherever the breakfast thing was to the convention center, get to their tables, and then they did autographs for a few hours before it was the pictures and all that stuff. So, like, we found where we were supposed to go, well, where I was supposed to go. We got in line, and within 20 minutes, I was through the line and got Elijah Wood's autograph. And so this is the piece. This is the piece that I got the autographs on. My husband bought this for me for my birthday back in 2021. And I hadn't framed it yet. So when we went to the one Comic-Con where all four hobbits were going to be, I immediately pulled this out, and so I took this with. So Sean Astin's is here. I got his in July of 2022, and then Elijah Woods is down here, and so his is May of 2026. And I'm hoping it's not going to be another 4 years before I'm able to get the other two, but there's room for Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan to sign my Hobbit hole. And then I will put this in a frame and hang this up. Now, I'm also kind of hoping that the next time they're together or doing a convention and I can get the other two, I'm kind of hoping that my winter in the Shire piece will be done and I can get them to either sign the glass that it's under, or if I have matting around it, have them sign the mat board for the winter in the Shire. But that's right now, this is my autograph collection. So I did get that. And then I met back up with my family. The kids were getting posters and stickers and keychains and things left and right. At least the little one was. Um, After lunch, the older one complained that they hadn't found anything that they really liked. And I don't know if they were just not looking very well, or if they would see something that they didn't like and then just ignore everything else that the store had. But I did finally find some posters and stuff that the older one liked, and then that one was happy. My husband only bought a poster of Superman that has all of the Supermans on it, every person that's been Superman. Oh, hey, Merlin, are you going to come over here again? But so at the end, my husband was like, "You haven't, Merlin is coming over. Say hi. Say hi. Right over here." So at the end, my husband was like, "You did you not find anything that you wanted? You haven't asked for anything." And I was like, "Well, I already got the autograph from Elijah Wood, and that was already $100." And, we're pretty much only here because I wanted a Hobbit's autograph. And my husband was like, "No, no, don't be silly. Like, what is it that you want?" And I told him the things that I love to get are the surprise boxes. And so we went to find the big booth where the surprise boxes are. And previous years that we've been there, because I've gotten a few. I got a Lord of the Rings one the last time we were there back in 2022. Before that, I got a Labyrinth one, and I think before that, I maybe got a Doctor Who one. Maybe I don't. Those are the surprise boxes are my favorite thing, and so what it is well, let me get back to what I was saying. Every time we go, I always ask them if they have a Sailor Moon surprise box. And every year up till now, they have not. So that's why I've gotten a Lord of the Rings one. And that's why I've gotten a Labyrinth one. And I'm pretty sure my husband's gotten like a Thundercats one, and then we got like a random superhero one. They're my favorite things because you don't know what's in it, you just know what the theme is. So this year, this is the first time I've seen them have it because when I would always ask them, they've always said they didn't have the licensing for it, but they had Sailor Moon this year. So here is my Sailor Moon surprise box. It's, really beautiful. There's like different artwork on all the sides. And so, like, I did sort of want to hold on a second. Sorry, the youngest came down and was like, "There's somebody at the door. They rang the doorbell and now they're knocking." So, had to deal with that. So, anyway, here is my Sailor Moon surprise box. They're all roughly this big. This is how big the boxes are. And then you can find all kinds of things. My favorite is whenever I find like a purse or a wallet or, something like that. Um, like, let's see, in my Labyrinth box, I got a coffee mug of like the Labyrinth poster and where David Bowie is holding the globe. When the coffee mug heats up, Sarah's character appears inside the globe. And I've also gotten like a really fuzzy blanket that I love from there. Um, there was things like car air fresheners, buttons, magnets, that kind of thing. The Lord of the Rings one, I got a purse that has Frodo, Samwise, Pippin, and Merry, like their names. That's the pattern of the purse. And then there's like random little um, things. I also got a One Ring plushie and a couple other things. So this is my Sailor Moon box, and it's the first year that they've had Sailor Moon, and I kind of wanted, like, I've already looked through it, but I put everything back because I kind of wanted to like show you guys what all was in like a surprise box, because these are my absolute favorite things to get at the Comic Cons. So the first thing whenever I open it are two squishies. It's Sailor Moon, one of them, and then the other one is Luna, her cat, and they're pretty cute squishies. And then next is a set of pens with each of the Sailor Scouts. And this one's really exciting. It's a Sailor Moon lunchbox. And inside, it's got a thermos. I love it. I love it. And then, so there's two more things. The next thing, there's a little coffee mug with everyone on it. It says, "Careful, mug gets hot. Hand wash only. Do not soak, do not microwave." So I wonder if this is another one that's heat related. And once it's hot, I bet like some more colors will uh, fade in. Fade in? Oh, fading in is the right word. And the last thing that I got is a ramen bowl with some chopsticks. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. So I was pretty pleased and happy with the things that I got from Comic Con, which was just an autograph and a Sailor Moon surprise box. The kids each got posters and stickers and keychains and all kinds of things. So Comic Con was amazing. So after we had walked around, we went to lunch, we went to a panel and listened to Christopher Judge talk. If you don't know who Christopher Judge is, he played Teal'c on Stargate SG-1, and he played Kratos in the God of War games. Not all of them, but most of them, the more recent ones. So we listened to him talk, uh, do his panel thing, and then after that, that there was everything else with the hobbits you had to pay extra money for. Like they did like a whole bunch of things with the four guys, but it was all like an upcharge. Like Orlando Bloom was there, um, Carl Urban was there. Uh, on Friday and Saturday, David Tennant had been there, but he was not there on Sunday when we were there, which, I'm kind of bummed because David Tennant is my favorite Doctor, but, um, you know, it is what it is. I was there specifically for the Hobbits. Matthew Lillard was there, which he was there um, Honestly, I think Matthew Lillard has been here like for the last couple of years. I think he keeps coming to Denver because I know that he was there in 2022 when the Hobbits were here before, and I think he was there again in 2024. When did the Five Nights at Freddy's movie come out? Because that was he was here that year. Or was that the year Scream came out? Man, I don't remember. Matthew Lillard was here. Um, there were Jamie Kennedy was here. Um, I can't remember who all else was here, but um, they had a pretty good lineup. But like I said, I was only there for the Hobbits. And yeah, so hopefully I will get those last two signatures for my art piece. But that that is it. So now future me is going to stop this and I will put this in before I start talking about the plans and all that stuff. So future me is signing out so that I can pop this into the video and get this out to you under really quick. I, yeah, I will try to film next week because the following week is going to be, we're going to be on our road trip. So I'm not going to be able to film that week. There's a chance that I might not be able to film until the 24th, but I will try really, really hard to film on the 10th because the 17th we're going to be traveling. For new people joining me, we purchased my grandfather's boat and it is in Pennsylvania and I live in Colorado. So we are going to be driving from Colorado to Pennsylvania, then back. So that's coming up. That trip is coming up from the 14th through the 20th. So we will be I'm not going to be able to film that week for sure. So hopefully, really hopefully, I'm going to try to film on the 10th. If not, I won't see anybody again until the 24th. And yeah, that's that's crazy. That's crazy. So, that is everything that has been going on with me project-wise. I will see everyone next week, hopefully. Hopefully. If not, I will see everyone on the 24th. Bye for now.